Man, he was an outstanding player. I think he'd already hooked up with Bourne, before the tryout, for a temp contract, and we already had all our people. I'd have jumped on him in a heartbeat, but he was definitely an offensive force in the league that year. We played at Maryland, and I probably messed up because I had some Maryland guys that played for me in the Valley League in Virginia, and I didn't know the name coming out, and the big thing is a lot of guys go unseen. We've got 2 guys on our club right now hitting 300 that we got from the tryout. So there's a lot of guys out there, and he's one of them, but he was a special one. Oh man, great player, great player. I mean, he's a presence defensively. He could track it down the outfield. Great arm, probably one of the best throwing arms I've seen from an outfielder up here. And then, his bat, of course, he had the 3-hole for him, and, he just wore everybody out with that bat. Yeah, well, I've had some really good ones. I've had the Ecksteins and the Juan Pierres and Aaron Hills and, the Mertens and the Murphys. And, he's one of those guys, and I just hope he sticks. I hope he's consistent enough to make it happen.
Mike Carrier, General Manager, Bourne Braves. Well, I remember obviously at the Wareham tryout that he was to me, the top athlete of that whole group of about 80 players. He stood out athletically, definitely in the outfield. You could see that he was an excellent ball player, and it was pretty amazing that he hadn't been signed by one of the Cape League clubs by then. And so we just got out there, signed him up, and the rest is kind of history. He ended up having a great season with us in Bourne, and I believe he ended up being the 10th player winner for the league. Oh, I would say if you get 4 or 5 players out of the tryouts, you might get 1 or 2 on a good year. It seems to have lessened in recent years compared to the era, I would say the era at this point when Justin Maxwell and others were coming up, but that was common. It's a little less now, though. He just had that athletic frame that you could see and project out, and you knew that he could add weight and muscle to that, and he was already a good ball player. So as you start to project these things out 3, 4, 5 years down the road, you could definitely see that he had the potential to get a lot better, and obviously he has. He's been very successful between AAA and the major league. So it's a nice feeling to see our former players succeed in the big ball like that. I remember meeting his parents. My father-in-law had a cookout at his house, and his parents were invited over, and they came over, and I believe they were dentists. I want to say they were in the military because I'm a military guy myself, so I think I remember them being Navy dentists or something like. Oh, just very nice and pleasant. Happy to be there. Had not eaten some of the seafood that we had eaten, I recall, and it was kind of funny with clams and quahogs and things like that. Trying to show them how to do that. It was fun. You would think, yeah, with the crabs and everything, but we have some unique seafood up here that you don't get down there. I mean, how many of us really know what soft shell crabs are up here? Same thing.